the delegation of Canada, Mrs. Rosana Alvarado, first President of the National Assembly of Ecuador, Mrs. Marcela Aguiñaga, second Vice President of the National Assembly of Ecuador, Mr. Ismail Mohamed Said, President of the House of Representatives of Malaysia, Mrs. Doris Sofia Brody, Vice President of the Senate of Malaysia, Mr. Chang Bang-wen, Vice President of the National Assembly of the People's Republic of China, Mr. Song, President of the House of Representatives of the Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, heads of delegations of Cambodia, Chile, Republic of Korea, Japan, Mexico, Federation of States of Micronesia, New Zealand, Russia, Singapore, Vietnam. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the delegations, participants in the 23rd annual meeting of the Asia-Pacific Parliamentary Forum, ladies and gentlemen, Assembly members. I have given the honor of reading the final statement of the 23rd annual meeting of the Asia-Pacific Parliamentary Forum, and I am going to read this statement in the official language of the Assembly. This has been already written in English, so I will read it in English. I start.
Third annual meeting of the Asia-Pacific Parliamentary Forum, held from 10 to 15 January 2015 in Quito, Ecuador. Gabriela Rivadeneira Burbano, President of the National Assembly of Ecuador, convened the forum in which 187 delegates from 17 member states of the Asia-Pacific participated. The list of participating delegations is attached to this statement. 2. The Executive Committee of the Forum, meeting in the National Assembly of Ecuador on January 11, 2015, resolved to approve the agenda and work program of the annual meeting. The report of the Executive Committee is also appended to this statement. 3. The solemn opening session was held on Sunday, January 11, 2015, and began with the delegate of the Honorary President of the Parliamentary Forum, Takuhi Yanagimoto, Member of Parliament in the House of Councillors of Japan, who referred to the Ecuador hospitality and thanked the host for organizing the 23rd annual meeting. The interventions of the formal session closed with the speech of President Gabriela Rivadeneira, who welcomed the delegations and highlighted the potential of the Asia-Pacific region to build bridges to sustain the development of the region. 4. The fifth session of the Forum was convened by Mrs. Rivadeneira Burbano, President of the Forum. This session began with a reading of the rules of the 23rd annual meeting that were approved at the Executive Committee meeting on Sunday, January 11. Subsequently, the Forum chairperson delivered a lecture on politics and security in the region, where the multi-dimensional vision of security was highlighted, seeking to build new centers of action and integration to secure peace. In turn, note the importance of thinking about security from a comprehensive vision that places human beings at the center of the actions and responsibilities of the state. During the discussion within the Forum of Politics and Security in the region, major issues related to the strengthening of multilateral relations, the establishing of a multipolar world, friendly and tolerant mutual respect of nations were treated. The responsibilities of parliaments to take action to ensure security of its citizens. Parliamentarians are convinced of the need to prevent the violation of human rights and state sovereignty. All terrorist attacks were condemned, and participants found common agreement to ensure more confidence in the region. 6. The second plenary session on economy, regional and international situation began with the participation of Ricardo Patiño Aroca, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Human Mobility in Ecuador, who highlighted the need to build a new financial architecture for the region. The speeches made by the members of parliament focus on the importance of regional cooperation and the way the economy should be an instrument for the development of human beings in accordance with the various models adopted by countries. 7. The third plenary session turned on the future of Asia-Pacific, where important considerations about the responsibilities of countries in the region to strengthen its position as a central actor in international politics were drawn, recalling that strategic goals are economic and, above all, linked to ensure the welfare of a vast and diverse population. 8. In parallel to the plenary sessions, 10 working groups discussed and submitted resolutions and sought consensus on a wide variety of topics. Resolutions were then forwarded to the drafting committee for consideration and determination as to which resolutions would be put to the plenary session. The text of the 17 resolutions is attached to this statement. And before I close my remarks, I want to make a brief reference to the work of the drafting committee, which I had the honor to preside. We were able, after long hours of hard work and sharp discussions sometimes, to pass and approve 18 resolutions. I cannot go into each one of them, and I cannot provide details. Those are in the text. I want to reiterate the thanks I gave to the committee when we closed our meeting under cooperation, their intellectual capacities, and on the extreme ability to reach consensus sometimes when it seemed impossible, when it seemed out of reach. I just want to highlight some of hardest ones to draft is a resolution on climate change presented by the delegation of Chile. I wanted to commend all the delegations on their ability to finally find a common ground on something that was at some point extremely uncertain. I'm extremely pleased by the fact that we can find a common ground to discuss this momentous issue which may affect the future of all of us. When I am talking about the resolutions that I think were especially important, I'm not slighting others. I just want to pick the ones that were more difficult and more important for us to approve. I also think that the resolution on disaster prevention is extremely important. It's linked, in the opinion of many, not of all, but of many, to the issue of climate change. The resolution on education, culture, science, and technology. The resolution on cyber security and the right to privacy. The resolution on health and social rights with gender issues to achieve gender equality and equity. The resolution on alternative policies and new approaches to combating terrorism and other transnational organized crime. On economy and trade and strengthening peace and stability in the Asia-Pacific region, among others, and forgive me if I don't mention all of them because we don't have much time. Resolutions, and very encouraged by the fact that I think that we have proved that we can work together no matter how far away our countries are, how different the societies are, how divergent in some cases our cultures are. This shows that no matter what obstacles we can find in the origin, we, with goodwill and intelligence, will be able to reach a common ground based on our common belonging to this common ocean that unites us and will unite us in the future. Thanks again very much. Thanks again very much for the opportunity I have been given to serve, and I hope that next year in Vancouver, many of us will be together again, working for the better future for all countries and for our continents and our region. Thank you very much, and see you in Vancouver.